Hi Raghav, welcome to ETimes. My name is Imran Ismail, and how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks, Imran. Nice to meet you.
All right, so we're gonna talk about your new song that's already streaming on YouTube, and it's been appreciated by the audience. Fans are loving it. It's called Soniye. Tell me, how's the reaction been so far, and what's going in your mind space? How excited or how happy are you with the response?
Well, it's doing very well. I'm happy to see that it's doing well. The whole idea of the song was that we created something which is absolutely simple to hum and sing along. Also has a very massive saxophone section in it, which is my primary instrument. So, keeping all of that in mind, I think we have created a nice track, and I'm hopeful that people are going to enjoy seeing the video as well as hearing the audio.
The video looks amazing, and you also talked about the saxophone, which is the main crux of the song, I believe. So let's talk about something related to that. Tell me how important was the use of the saxophone in this, and tell us something about that. How saxophone comes into the play of a music and in the whole video.
So actually, I was in Dubai for a concert, and I was just hearing a lot of one of these old songs called "Careless Whispers." I don't know if you've heard it, but "Careless Whispers" is a very old and very lovely track, and I was like, there's a huge use of soprano saxophone in "Careless Whispers," and people kind of still reminisce listening to it even now. So I was there, and I had gone for a concert, and I just started humming this melody that I played on the saxophone, and I felt that the melody sounded very good, and I wanted to use it in one of the songs. So I kept that aside. When I got back, I have these typical kind of meetings with lyricists to come and sit with them and see, if they've written something nice for me to create and compose over. So like that, I had met Chandan, and he told me these lyrics, and I liked it. We pitched it for a film, essentially. This is done about 3 years, 3.5 years ago. We pitched it for a film. Shan came and sang the vocals. A lot of other people also came and redubbed it later on. But then it didn't go into any film. And this happens a lot, you create a lot of songs and the songs don't end up going into films. So this was one of them, and I thought this is very nice and easy listening, nice drive along kind of a feel. And then we clubbed the saxophone section in it. So I said, if I'm playing, if I'm acting in it, and if I'm in the video, then the saxophone has to be there. So that's how this melody, which was recorded and kept in my bank with about 3-4 years ago, we kind of clubbed the two things together, and it sounds good.
Are you happy now that it's not gone into the movie and it came out as an independent single and it's been doing so well on YouTube?
Well, it's always good to, as an artist, you want to be featured yourself everywhere. That's like the way it is. So obviously, if there is a song that is being featured on me, I would prefer that over it being featured on anyone else. But what happens with films is that you get a lot more bandwidth.
Correct.
So there are a lot of pluses in that as well. And if it gets into the Bollywood scene, it becomes it's different. But of course, I mean, as an artist, of course, I'm most happiest when it's featuring me.
That's true. What an artist crave is attention. That's true. But is it true that you started playing instrument when you were at the age of 4, and every birthday you used to get a different instrument and you used to try your hands on it? Tell us the story behind this, because it's something interesting that I read about you. Is it true?
Yeah, absolutely true. I started at the age of 4, and I had a deal with my father that every birthday I would ask for one new instrument, whichever of my liking, and I will not ask for anything else in the entire year. So this is kind of continued till I was 18. I kept getting different instruments, and these instruments are not like the Indian instruments. They cost a lot, saxophones and flutes and these international things. And at that time, they were very sparingly available. Very few people had it, so you had to really pay a huge buck to be able to get an instrument, a good instrument. And then I did my bachelor's in music in Australia, and I picked up many more instruments over there. So yes, the saying is correct.
Correct. And is it true that you can play up to 36 instruments, all different kind?
Yes, I do play 36 instruments.
Seriously, and you've mastered all of them. You know everything. Like, just close your eyes and you start playing. Is it like this now?
Music actually flows pretty much through me, yeah. So yeah, I can literally pick up an instrument and start playing it. It just happens.
If I have to ask you, tell me the top 3 favorite from those 36 instruments, which it would be?
I would say saxophone, flute, and piano.
Okay, that's nice. All right, so tell me, let's talk about the independent music scene that's been happening in India. It's been buzzing and everyone's been appreciating it. All independent artists are coming up, be it male, be it female. Everyone's getting the attention that they require right now. Tell me, how does it make you feel as a musician to see the wave of like music industry exploring and exploding in India? How does that make you feel?
It's definitely good to see and heartwarming to see that independent music is getting some kind of limelight. I'm just a little afraid that it's short-lived because largely everything is dominated with Bollywood. The reason why independent music is getting a lot more limelight right now is because Bollywood, there's very lack of a lot of content because of the pandemic. There has been a kind of lull. So films are coming out, but they are coming out like one in a month, where there used to be 10 in a month earlier. So every second day you would have a new song which would have a lot of backing, a lot of financial might behind the songs that would get pushed. So not that independent music was not happening earlier. It has always been happening. It's just that it was overshadowed by Bollywood to a great extent. Now, because of this lack of Bollywood not being available so much, independent music is getting some limelight, and I hope it continues, and I hope this trend continues, and it doesn't get squashed again as soon as Bollywood is up and running again.
All right, but Raghav, we all know that you've been in the industry for quite some time now. We've seen the industry change from the time it was back then when it was just ruled by few people and Bollywood mafia, as they say right now. So tell me how the situation is changed currently comparing to then and now. How do you see the changes?
It's an forever evolving industry. It has a lot of emotion, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of camps, a lot of backbiting, a lot of things that happen within the industry. So because it's not only money related. Had it been a corporate, it was only something that you would go for a 9 to 5 job, you would get your pay slip and you would be done with it. There are emotions involved, there is fame involved, there is a lot to gain out of multiple doors open up for you when things kind of go right for you, multiple doors close also when things don't go right for you. So the volatility of the entire industry is such that you can never predict. If you say that ye main kar raha hu aur ye chal jayega, that is never going to be the case. You can keep waiting and suddenly a sleeper song can become absolutely the biggest rage. Like one of that singly song that has come up in social media. It's from nowhere. It's just taken over, and made such a rage. But what happens is sometimes you will put in a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of things behind a song, and it'll just not do anything. I feel there's a lot of luck element involved in it. So any song that you end up doing, whether it's the best product ever according to you or according to the artist, anything can happen. It's too volatile a market. You cannot guess and cannot say that things used to be better earlier, they're not now, or things are better now and they will not be in the future. You just can't say.
All right, but Raghav, if I have to ask you, what's the difference between preparing music for a film or doing an independent scenes? What is the difference between them, making a song for a movie or doing it in independent scene? Can you explain me that according to you?
See, independent music is always directly from the heart of the artist. Whether the song, whether the composition, the way he has sung it, the way they have arranged it, the instrumentation that has been used, there is no boss sitting above me at that time who's telling me I want it like this, I want the mix like this, I want the tabla dhulak to come here, I want a bell sound to come here. वो सब नहीं हो रहा होता है. वो आपका खुद अपना जो decide किया होता है, whatever you have decided for the song is where you have taken the song to. What happens in film music is you are not working as an artist there. You are working as a work for hire. The director has the vision. You have to follow the director's vision. It's not your vision. You have to make a track that suits the director's vision. So it totally works very differently than doing it for yourself.
True, that's right. But that it does distract you from doing your own work or getting the creativity that's required for the song when you work for a film, right?
99% of the times you are not happy doing what the director has asked you to do, purely because it does not go aesthetically as a musician, or it does not go aesthetically as a music composer or a singer. But you, in a film project, you have to kind of see, you are not the lead there. The lead is the director. You have to piggyback on his thought process. If you start putting in your 2 bits to it, then the director's role is negated. Unless the director has asked you कि आप मेरे को suggest करो भी क्या करना चाहिए, how should I take it further? that's a different ballgame. But he is definitely looking at the bigger picture. He is looking at the audio and the visual combined. He's looking at the 5.1. He's looking at the audience that he wants to cater to. So at that time, putting a foot down and saying, "ये तो मैं या तो ऐसा है या तो ले लो या तो मत लो," वो नहीं हो. It doesn't work like that. It works like that when you are doing your own independent song and you can say to the music director, to music video director, so to say, that I want it like this. This is my vision. I want you to do it the way I'm telling you to do it. That's where it works.
Fair enough. Just like an actor, you have to just give yourself to the director and see what comes out of it, right?
Yeah.
All right, Raghav, since I have you right now, we hear this word AutoTune a lot nowadays in the industry. Since you play a lot of instrument, we want to know what actually is AutoTune and what are its pros and cons, and how do you use it in a music composition or a song? How does it work? Do you use it? You like it? You hate them? There has been a debate going on.
Well, as far as AutoTune is concerned, I think it's a great feature that has come out. It's a technology that basically lets you move around freely with any kind of voice, any pitch, any syllable, and you can really do wonders with it. So that's how you are seeing, as you can see, suddenly everybody wants to be a singer and suddenly everybody is sounding very good singing it. Even like a singer who has absolutely no clue how to sing can sing in one particular line. For example, Baho mein chale aa. So if I get a singer to come and say, Baho mein chale aa, ho humse sanam kya parda, if he's singing in that badly also, I can pitch tune it correctly with the harkats, with everything, and make it sound great. But that is the technology that we have developed. AutoTune is being used pretty much on everybody. Okay. Any and everybody. So there is not a single person who's not using it. And there is a difference between auto-tuning and a difference between pitch correction. So auto-tune is a software that automatically tunes your voice to the right note. Okay. But pitch correction is a more aesthetic way of handling it, that wherever a slight pitch here and there is going off, you correct that. So as earlier, a lot of singers were very against it, कि नहीं हमारे गाने पे auto-tune नहीं डालना. But now everything has become so competitive and everything has become, everybody has become such perfectionists that wo halka sa, instead of them singing that section again, it is easier for me to just correct that section without causing any damage to the originally sung track. So AutoTune is a great gift, I feel, by technology to us. It's just that let the singers do what they do and then use the AutoTune rather than non-singers use AutoTune and completely, make a ruckus out of it.
That's put very right. I just thank you so much for explaining me that, because I've been hearing this words for so long and I wanted to understand what goes behind it, Raghav, I've also prepared a fun segment for you. Okay, so I'll be asking you quick bites. All you have to give me just quick bites on it. Okay, so tell me, what are 3 myths about singers that people usually have?
Singers. Is that they don't have cold water, they do not have achar or anything khatta, and they just avoid talking as much as possible and don't smoke.
Okay, all right. Okay, your take on remix. You love them, you hate them, you ignore them. What is it?
I like recreations. I don't like remixes. I feel that remixes can completely take over a perfectly good song and unnecessarily destroy it. Recreations done by the right people in the right fashion is a great gift, but again, recreations should not happen of songs which have just been done 3 years, 4 years, 5 years ago. Reimaginations should happen on songs that are 50, 70 years old.
Oh, that's nicely put. Okay, our music industry's need of an hour. What our industry need right now?
Our industry needs a massive jolt to get back into where it was pre-COVID. And we are a luxury industry. We are not an industry which is a necessity. We are a luxury industry. So for us to go back on our feet, it is already taking a lot more time than other industries, as you can see. But it really needs to kind of happen now because, there are a lot of people who have their livelihoods attached to our industry. And when there is sufficient surplus of work being created, everybody gets to work in whatever capacity that they can. But there has to be demand. When the demand is only not there and there's the scare of these new variants coming in and so on and so forth, that works in a very sentimental way in our industry. The first thing that will happen is your luxury things are taken off. The theaters will shut again, the swimming pools will shut again, all of that. Some things are not opened only. So these are sentiment driven. Concerts are the primary source of income for a person like me, a lot of other artists. concerts get banned the first, and they get open up absolutely at the end. So these are things that are detrimental to our livelihood, and I feel that this needs to kind of get a jump start now.
Fair enough. Okay, tell me one trend that you hate in our music industry, which is that one trend that you absolutely hate.
Anything that kind of is done to death, which becomes a trend, and in our industry and in generally in India, कोई मतलब चीज करना शुरू करेगा तो करते ही रहेंगे till the time they don't completely knock everybody's heads off from it. For example, when remixes started, now there is only remix. There is no originality that is coming out. So this is just when rap started, only rap. Nothing else happens except rap. So it's unfortunate, but that we are feeding this to the audience. So you cannot expect to clutter break when you're feeding something similar. बार बार आप एक ही अंडा ही खिलाते रहोगे तो वो 50 दिन के बाद आपसे अंडा ही मांगेगा.
Right. Is it because we have lost, like we don't have much content right now in the industry because this trend is going on?
No, not at all. I feel that there is a lot of content in the industry. It's just that a lot of people don't have the bandwidth of putting it up front. There's a lot happening. But bandwidth, आपको उतनी marketing might तो आपको चाहिए ही है ना, for you to be saying that, hey, I am also alive, I am also around. But who are you against? You're against the dharmas of the world. You're against all these other companies who have enormous amount of funds to keep plastering their songs, and only these songs then get to see. When you get up, you will have a suggestion on Spotify. When you're in the car, you will have the radio station playing it. When you enter a mall, you will have that. So what happens is this kind of a 360-degree evolution of the song. Then you start, whether you like it or you don't like it, whether you like the song or you don't like the song, you will be humming it. That is the general tendency. Now that you can put anybody's song with that kind of might, and you will be doing the same.
I agree 100%. Yeah. Okay, tell me your dream collaboration will be with. You're still waiting for that. Which one?
I have collaborated with a lot of artists. I would love to collaborate with Sting, and that's something that I'm hopeful to kind of achieve in the years to come.
Right.
A lot of international artists. I've already collaborated with Rahman, so I love performing with him. So that's great to collaborate with him and his set of musicians. But a lot of these international artists that I've grown up listening to, I would love to collaborate with them.
All right. Okay, tell me, K-pop. Do you love them? Do you like them? You don't care? What do you think about K-pop music?
I am okay about it. I don't see much creativity in it, so I'm okay. But again, see, everything that we are kind of doing is we are dumbifying the sound, the music, everything. We are making lullabies, basically. We are trying to cut short to making lullabies, simple melodies, because that is what's going to penetrate into the masses. So this is just another extension of music being used for recreational purposes rather than music.
Oh, that's bang on. That's bang on. But thank you so much for answering this question so honestly. Your song is already streaming online. People are loving it. I enjoyed talking to you. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you soon.
Take care, man. Cheers. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.